unique is that in Japan they fry tofu and finish it with the dashi. Dashi is an aromatic broth. It's made from some kombu, just seaweed, some shea bonito, the usual suspects, some ginger, some scallion, fresh wasabi, some citrus. Our inspiration, though, comes from the dish, but instead of tofu, we've taken a sea scallop, emulsified it. Gives us the texture of the tofu, the appearance, but the flavor, of course, all the scallop. Pour a little bit of this dashi in the bowl, and because it's so flavorful, a little side for you to sip upon as well. Like a dashi scallop.
Raw beet juice, Italian black licorice, and hibiscus. And glass straw is there for the drink. Leave it in the ice when you finish, and feel free to move it closer to you.
So how do you put it into? Oh, you just swallow it, right?
Yep, that works.
Okay.
So a little change in theme, if you would, miss. This course is, well, that's what we call the throwback course. We bring out some antique glassware and some silverware to set the stage, and then it allows us to do a culinary nod to, well, an era from the past. And right now we're focusing on Sicily, mid-20th century. This meal is inspired by a trip that Grant took recently to the island of Sicily, where he was doing some research for upcoming menus. He met a woman, Anna Toscalanza, who essentially is a culinary historian, runs a culinary school right outside Palermo. And this is a meal that they made together, replication, if you would. It's all about simple technique but complex flavors. So, sea bream is pan roasted. The herbs are strictly for aromatics, just toss them to the sides, but the fillets have been separated from the fish. They'll just come right off, wash it out with a few stray bones though. Caponata is actually the focal point to the course. A little bit of eggplant, some pine nuts, some tomato, all the usual suspects. But when Chef was in Sicily, he learned that, well, they use cocoa powder in their caponata. It drops down the acidity, rounds out the flavors. For texture, some panella, which are chips made from chickpea. The green condiment is mint pesto, and then some additional sea salt if you feel the need for some seasoning. There you are. Make a big mess. A lot of food here. Obviously, you'll know your limits.
Is it time to sleep?
Siesta. Intermission.
Siesta. Okay.
All right. One of the longer courses. Been on the menu since last March. Really popular dish, very delicious, very earthy, using mushrooms this evening. Wild mushrooms paired with really earthy ingredients. So some of those ingredients: red wine, wild mushroom reduction, cream that's been infused with a bit of pine. The foam is flavored of thyme, also pickled shallots. Now this plate is resting on a pillow of juniper air. This juniper, an aromatic for mushroom course.
Call it a flag down in the kitchen. For the moment, it's just going to hang out as a mysterious centerpiece, but you'll see it used in your meal here very shortly.
Commercial detail to service for a company. And a collaboration between Food and Dish with Martin Kastner, the designer, and Chef Achatz, the chef. This dish here, this piece called 2D, 3D, it gets its name because as of right now it's a two-dimensional dish, and I'm going to ask you to turn this into a three-dimensional dish. Three things need to be done. Step one, if you would, remove the rectangle glass plate off that wood and set the glass plate towards the center of the table. Set within the wood two metal pieces. If you would remove those pieces, you're going to crisscross these brackets, creating a plus sign or an X. The third and final step, which I'll do, I'm going to turn these over. Dish is three-dimensional. Okay, so what we've done is we've made a little stand for this. This cabbage, braised in red wine. I'm going to add a little venison to the cabbage. Venison, also braised in red wine, mixed with a little huckleberry. So the recipe for this dish is inspired by Martin Kastner. He's also the designer of the dish. Martin Kastner's father and family members would go hunting, and in the fall or winter and bring back wild game or venison. When they bring this protein back, they make a goulash. So the ingredients that you're going to add to this venison, typical ingredients you'd find in a Hungarian-style goulash. I'm going to go over these ingredients starting in the upper left and moving down. Cherry tomato, it's been slightly dehydrated. Cold feet garlic, topped with juniper skin. It's followed by yellow, green, and orange bell pepper. Red and white onion that has been pickled. In the monocle, a bacon mustard vinaigrette. Yukon Gold potato custard, finished off in a Hungarian smoked paprika. And in the spoon is a Pilsner beer, Czech beer. His father would be having a couple beers as they were making this goulash. So feel free to add all these ingredients to that.
All of them in the leaf.
And then just roll it up like a cabbage roll, and it's a couple bites. And we'll have hot towels for after.
So our black truffle explosion, ravioli filled with truffle broth, on top of a bit of truffle, Parmesan cheese, and wilted romaine. Now the key to this is make sure you take this all in one bite. Keeping in mind if you bite it in half, you're going to wear most of it. And also if you notice at the base of the plate, that is your table, not extra truffle sauce.
We have a dish inspired by a Juan Miro painting. He's a Catalonian artist. He has a painting called Still Life with Old Shoe, in which there's several pictures that all seem to be melting. One of them is a fork. So I've got chef's brain going. Trying to do flavors of foie gras, squab, pomegranate, Picheline olive, a little bit of celery root and pumpernickel, some lavender. You might smell lavender as well, because in the center of your table is a little vessel that has lavender salt to give you aromatics. Also, after you take each bite of silverware, you can actually drop your silver right into that container. Okay, I didn't set them down in any order. There's no order in which you need to eat them, which is very random.
Thank you.
Tempura of brie, caramelized onion, brown sugar pâte de fruits, and pear. It's been compressed in apple brandy. Best to have it all at once, right off the end of that vanilla bean. You don't want to eat the bean, obviously, but then place that there for us on the plate.
Pour 1 to 3 ounces at a time.
Little digestive course for you, miss. Focused on ginger, as ginger is a natural digestive. Recently, we cultivated a relationship with a farmer in Hawaii, more specifically Kilauea, and the gentleman specializes in gingers, so a little tasting for you. We're going to start, essentially would be 12 o'clock if you were looking at the face of a watch, and then kind of go backwards if you would, from right to left. The first ginger is going to be Galando, a little more of a fibrous ginger, followed by the second, which is Blue Kona. Throwing it off a little bit in the center, some turmeric, a little bit of yogurt. The fourth ginger is the spiciest. I mentioned that in case you're sensitive. White ginger, a little bit of grapefruit. And then lastly, what we know in North America is yellow ginger. All those pins pull right out. Just take your nibble and put your pins on the plate when you're finished.
A little peppermint snow to enjoy. Over top of that are 4 bites. You can play off the snow. Cube of wildflower honey. Bright red cherry pudding, that little wedge of persimmon, Fuyu persimmon compressed in lillet, and then lastly is a little gingerbread marshmallow. Underneath the snow, I will warn you, there are river stones that were soaked in liquid nitrogen. Don't lick those, you'll remove some skin in the process. And lastly, here in the little espresso cup is a beverage. I'm not going to tell you what it is, I'll let you try and figure it out on your own, but something I always enjoyed having coming in from playing in the snow.
Floating food. From the newest parts of the menu. Green apple taffy is the shell of the balloon. Green apple scented helium, and then attached to it, Granny Smith green apple leather. The only thing not edible is, of course, the pin. And we want to encourage you to have a little fun with this one. Maybe say something interesting to Mr. Kokonas.
You can sing whatever you like. I do like instead of
serenade Mr. Kokonas. That'd be great.
With a balloon.
So you'll just hang on to the string there, pull it towards you.
Just give it a bite.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't pop it, right? With
You
the
don't,
needle. No.
If you're non-adventurous, you can pop it. But we will know that you will not pop it. You will
Okay.
bite it.
I'll bite the balloon.
Yeah, you want to suck it in, and then of course serenade Mr. Kokonas.
Okay.
And then everything. It's best
The
if you.
helium is scented as well. It's flavor as well. So.
And we find that it's best if you kind of compact it really quickly and turn it into one kind of.
I was gonna do one bite in my mouth.
Yeah.
Well, but after, just take a little, just suck the helium out. You'll see. It's a great way to end. Who doesn't love getting a balloon? And you know all the toy companies are wishing they thought of a balloon that you could eat.
So you said 3 years to create that dish?
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing with the idea forever, and I think it's nearly, it's not 3 years of constant, it's 3 years of hit and miss, hit and miss, hit and miss.
Yeah, because it's a perfect shaped balloon, so it's like...
It looks like a balloon, like you never know looking over there that it's not an actual balloon, right?
So,
and it's fun. People have fun at the end of the meal, that's the best part. Look,
yeah, they love me.
Like, you don't see that in a 3-star restaurant very often, right?
No.
Straight from the office to your house. Right.
Chef, it's amazing.
I thought you might be at next already. I'm here at the same time. Wow! Oh, I forgot we did that. Right.
It's purely
this
amazing.
Is the guy in the
dinner.
Grant suit. Who knew?
So we start out here with some sweet potato and orange.
I hear it's very tough to get the chef out of the kitchen. He's so conscious. He wants to concentrate so much on what he does, huh?
Well, what it is he's really mean.
Well, his cuisine is not mean, though.
Can you do the squares like Baron can? That's what we need to see. Look, see, I know the weak spots. See, some of these turn into the squares. Anybody can
mean
do
might be the wrong
Any
word.
3-star chef can do circles.
Maybe
It takes a real artist to do the squares.
Maybe creative. It would be a better adjective for you than mean, right?
Yeah, it depends who you ask, I guess, huh?
Well, if you ask me, that's what I would say. So
mean or creative?
Creative, not
good.
mean. Creative.
Good.
Yeah.
Lingonberry syrup.
Where do you get all these ideas from? You dream at night. You can't read books because
he has this
nobody.
idea from me, actually.
But he can't read books because nobody cooks like that, right? So it's not like he's reading books and learning from others. He's creating something.
Hey, he's not reading books.
This is
He's not talking to me either right now.
That's what I'm saying. He's concentrating on what he's doing. He's doing the square.
Ah, you got the squares.
You got the squares.
There you go.
You got the square.
brewery. Goose Island's Bourbon County Stout beer.
I'll tell you this, he could give it back to me because I can't do any of these little. It looks very simple, and then you try to do it, and you can't. I can't do the little dots.
Maybe you can do the square. Look at those squares.
That's what I'm saying.
Citrus marigold petals. And lastly, the dark chocolate piñata.
The ocean forced to flavors.
Ah.
There's an order that it's recommended you enjoy them. Do as you wish, though. You make up the rules. The first stop is that green leaf.
That's pretty.
I'm speechless. That's all I can say.
That's pretty badass, right? That's all you can say with that, right?
Fortunately, that's
The
the
least
end.
exciting.
The end of the meal of a great evening with amazing creativity, food.